professional cheats, right? While some men do blame women, that they're also professional cheats. So this morning, let us endeavor to cultivate the habit of not being a serious cheat. It's important for us to eradicate this attitude. They say cheating is a personal decision. So if you want to cheat today, it's a personal decision, not that you are influenced by somebody. They say good character corrupts good minds, right? So friends cannot corrupt you. If it's not in you, you can never become a cheat. Once it's into your blood, it's bubbling, that go and cheat, cheat. When I say go and cheat, I'm not saying that they say men should go and cheat. Sometimes amongst women, they cheat themselves. Working in a workplace, you cheat your colleagues. Maybe there was a parcel of food that was given by your boss to share with your colleagues, and because you like so much, you decide to cheat. You get part of it and give them the small quantity. That's what was given for us to share. So it's all about cheating. So let us this morning endeavor to cultivate the habit of eradicating this attitude of cheating, because it's not the best. All right, that's it this morning. We're reflecting about cheating. That cheating is a personal decision. That is what you have to keep in mind, that cheating is a personal decision. When you cheat, it's your decision, not by choice. So we decided to reflect and touch someone this morning. Those who are watching us from Kupe Manunguba, we are delighted to know that you are connected. Go to our Facebook page. We are streaming live on Facebook, Home TV, on our YouTube channel, Home TV Cameroon. Share the link with your friends. We shall be delighted to know that you are connected wherever you are watching us this morning. And of course, we are going to digest our morning reflection this morning by inviting Ruth Cotter featuring Miwe to do for us Aucun Sentiment. No sentiment this morning, right? Enjoy the piece. I shall be back after that.
Nakusimwendi olomedi nomba onde nanini wenge onomwe mabola mongo nakusimwendi olomedi nomba wenge onde natualo no mongele ndemba kununa mwese tone talate bana sikusie todo ilongo musinga na wadinde jengele tone talate bana sikusie todo ilongo musinga na wadinde jengele tumami bu tumami bu je n'ai plus aucun sentiment sentiment peyawa na wadinde jengele je n'ai plus aucun remords na si mon weke tonamwe je peux aller voir ailleurs na wala je n'ai plus aucun sentiment weti sentiment peyawa je n'ai plus aucun remords je peux aller voir ailleurs na wala
I wanna worry about allo mo e role non sende se wan ricora o bai siamo dolo chéri ma fai role quand se wan riesia o bai evre o comme la loco sentiment eba como ma fai o mi ma de chimico lova o pa sembika fu asembeba allo ma fai o mi ma fai ko madame upe asembika fu asembeba
Kolo bouillon sentiment je n'ai plus aucun sentiment
ni sentiment peyawa ama fai ko
je n'ai plus aucun remords
sentiment ni mini bako
je peux aller voir ailleurs
allo ma chimiko
je n'ai plus aucun sentiment sentiment peyawa
aula ba mayero
je n'ai plus aucun remords
wala yela yenyanyo
je peux aller voir ailleurs
adale yesio mako
anu samula ndanu yamba nulomba wenga wapula timba
son la kisemba be wa pesinga ni ma ne bima use ga sentima imatimba wanu timeni ba Colabra, Womboko Mwangan, Jackson, Biasa, Biasa.
Wangelena, obole setu pumwa ne owa singi sinema. Bape na jadi ngele waka mkusa masombo. Nana na, nana na, nane. Sentiment paye à moi.
Sentiment paye à moi.
Sentiment paye des Cambodgiens.
Je n'ai plus aucun remords.
Aussi bon goût et moyen à moi.
Je peux aller voir ailleurs.
Wawina wana
Je n'ai plus aucun sentiment.
Wapesenga netumbana.
Sentiment paye à moi.
Waubangite bakina wa.
Je n'ai plus aucun remords.
Allo mama yeza.
Je peux aller voir ailleurs.
Yue.
Beautiful music there from our own root quarter featuring Miwe. Aucun sentiment. There is no sentiment. Ça sera compliqué. It will be complicated. And so, permit me to remind those of you just joining us that you are live on Home Morning like usual, from Mondays to Fridays, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. This is the last edition for the week. It has been a sweet, challenging week, no doubt, but then we've continued sailing through. And of course, this time around, moving over to our next slot, which happens to be Health Secret with Dr. Richard Froome. And this morning, Dr. Richard Froome wants to edify us about HIV and AIDS. Yes, when HIV and AIDS is still very much alive, when COVID-19 came up in 2019, 2020, many thought that HIV and AIDS has been eradicated. But then HIV and AIDS is still very much alive. It's true, South Africans have announced that they have discovered a preventive measure. But then that notwithstanding, Dr. Froome has got a hot secret when it concerns HIV and AIDS. For many have come to testify that passing through Geneva, they have been able to succeed, and they are still living today. Why they were contracted HIV and AIDS some time ago. So let's tap the grace this morning from Dr. Richard Froome about HIV and AIDS. How, if someone contracted today, how can one survive its bullet? Good morning, Doc. Welcome to joining us.
Secret. Today, I will be explaining or expatiating on issues that will create some awareness to help us realize why man is sick each day and looking for doctors, looking for healers, moving from one place to another with deplorable health situations. Why is it that man is always sick? Man, notwithstanding his knowledge, man has a well-developed brain. He has a mind. He has a spirit. He's controlled by the Spirit of God. But he's always sick. Sick, in need of doctors, in need of pastors, in need of prophets each day. But the animals in the wild, they don't know how to pray. They just eat anyhow. They don't even wash their food. They eat with dirty hands. They don't brush their mouth, their teeth. They sleep under very bad or harsh conditions, beaten by mosquitoes, insects. They wound themselves. They eat dirty food, infected food with bacteria, fungi, parasites, viruses, toxins. But they don't have doctors. They are always healthy. They are always fresh. They're always strong. But man, on the contrary, notwithstanding his well-developed brain, man is educated. Until we answer the question why, then the health of man will continue to decay with time. What do I mean by decaying with time? Those who have studied geography, if they say something decays with time, you hear of half-life. I mean, with time, the health of man will be deteriorating. The lifespan of man will be reducing with time until become a time that if man manages to reach 10 years or clock 10 years, it means he has tried. Man is sick because man is breaking the rules kept in place by his creator, the Almighty God, that will guide him. In a nutshell, most of our health problems are coming because of dietary divergence. Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. You are once more welcome to Health Secrets. I'm your African doctor, African medicine man who deals with medicine. The one you know is healer, Dr. Richard Fru of the Garden of Eden Naturopathic Institute of West Africa with acronym GENUA. In today's program, I'll be talking about HIV/AIDS. I know many people understand what HIV is. It's one of the taboo subjects that those who make it look like an industry tried everything to stop us traditional doctors, most especially in Africa, from talking about it. But thanks to the World Health Organization that has been coming on with releases, giving us the visa to talk about HIV/AIDS, giving us the visa to come up with medication to cure HIV/AIDS. That is why we have the right, we have the backing to talk about HIV/AIDS. We don't allow ourselves to be manipulated by the pharmaceutical companies that produce HIV medicine, that are manipulating our people and using them against African medicine, making them using hospitals and so on, certain hospitals, especially certain mission hospitals, using them to manipulate people to run away against traditional medicine. That traditional medicine is evil, is bad, it will kill them. I'm surprised that even church people who say they know God, they allow money from evil organizations to be pumped into them, use that money to manipulate them, to stand against the word of God. Even their Bible is written that people to use plants, should use plants to heal the nations with. But they come, any person who comes to the hospital, they say don't take traditional medicine for HIV, take traditional medicine, you will die, it's bad, it will spoil your kidney. Whereas when the kidneys are bad, we are the one curing with traditional medicine. When things are rough, it's traditional medicine that's alleviating people, curing them, bringing back life. These people allow money. Money is really the root of all evil in the hands of the wrong people. They allow this money to manipulate them, and they're preaching, deceiving Africans that traditional medicine cannot work against HIV/AIDS. They are contradicting even the World Organization that acknowledge that traditional medicine is working against HIV/AIDS. I have a lot of publications from World Organization. We have celebrated African Traditional Medicine Days with a team talking about HIV/AIDS, where traditional medicine practitioners are being encouraged to carry out research to produce medicine for traditional medicine and to promote them. And hence, I have to talk about this topic, the topic that I look upon by taboo subject designed by some greedy people in the society who are working with certain scrupulous people in the systems, contradicting the faith of the government that is there to promote traditional medicine, contradicting the faith of the head of state that is there to giving us courage to carry out research in traditional medicine. Those overzealous and greedy people who find themselves in certain systems that operate under health in the country, they are using their position to discredit traditional medicine, influencing the ignorant people in the society, the gullible people in the society, making them to shy away from traditional medicine. But I come today to re-energize, to rekindle their hope in traditional medicine as far as HIV/AIDS treatment is concerned, because we have helped brought back life to so many, even workers, people working in hospital, nurses, health practitioners working in hospital were dying
of HIV/AIDS, taking medicine, they were not responding, they were purging, their whole system invaded by parasites, microbes, and so on. We sent them to laboratory, the results were bad, the whole system inflamed. We brought them back live, and they are back, even in their hospital, the Orthodox hospital, working and saving lives there, working and promoting the Orthodox medicine, thanks to our medicine that are there to promote even the white man medicine back. When they came to all traditional medicine, we healed them. So we have brought life and hope to so many people. And today I have to talk about HIV/AIDS. I'm going to talk about it in my own way. You know, HIV, when it just came out in the 80s, I published a book in 2014 and 2004 and 2005. No, I came up with a book that was to publish. The information that I put in it, I gave some professor to prove it. They said, no, this information is pointing to the truth and it will not be loved by those organs abroad who are owning the virus, who are patting the virus. Who are patting virus. They should understand, just like a computer virus that people pattern and they produce antivirus. Anybody must use it. So the people are patting the virus and don't want anybody to talk about it. So HIV is killing Africans. Africans have to talk about it, and World Organization has given us a visa to talk about it. So today I'll be talking about HIV/AIDS. HIV is not AIDS. So many things can cause AIDS. I've talked about this several times. Malnutrition leads to AIDS. In those days when we used to hear of Ethiopia, AIDS, Ethiopia was about malnutrition, killing Ethiopians, hunger. There are so many things that can lead cancer can lead to AIDS. AIDS just means acquired immune deficiency syndrome. It means your immunity has been broken below a certain threshold that you cannot withstand, that they can no longer support your human life. So it calls for some sort of rapid intervention with miraculous medicines. So HIV just means human immunodeficiency virus. It means a virus that attacks the human being because of lack of immunity. But people will interpret it in a different way. I mean my own interpretation. Human immunodeficiency virus means a virus that comes up because the human immunity is deficient. My own interpretation is different, my brothers and sisters. But even though we say it is a virus that depreciates the human immunity, then to lead to AIDS. But if I interpret according to the name, human immunodeficiency virus, well, let's leave it like that. There's some sort of logic involved there. Let's leave the logic. Let's just move according to the standards. Let me talk according to what some people we have been told, because if I start going into my own research and finding, it may create some controversy that there are certain people who will not like to consume and assimilate. So HIV means the human immunodeficiency virus, a virus that must live on humans and live and thrive in humans. Just like how you have computer virus, it must live and thrive in the computer. So the human virus must live and thrive in the human. So it can't say any fact whether it lives from monkey or lives from what they would have created cheaply virus. So it dwells only on human, and it mostly attack human and succeed in humans who lack certain things in the body. Don't ask me whether those things that are supposed to fight the virus will destroy it and through which means to make us vulnerable to the virus. I will not answer you. But anyway, throughout the years, our system have been bombarded by vicious forces for years through so many means to destroy something that gives us our relative freedom and power over certain invading microbes, and we have lost a lot of it, and now we are vulnerable to a backward virus. HIV is a retrovirus. Retro means backward. While other viruses have advanced, have become virulent, this one is retro, means still primitive, very weak, and that's why it takes long time in you, because it's very weak and primitive before it can cause any havoc. And we know how viruses operate. I studied viruses, about viruses in school. When you study a virus, you say viruses have their spikes and so on. When a virus attacks a human cell, it undergoes three phases. The first phase is that the virus will grip the cell, wrap it with spikes, and which are just like tentacles, wrap it, and then burst a hole through the cell and inject its genital material, that is DNA, into the human cell to fuse with the human DNA. And when it enters the human DNA, three things can happen. It undergoes three phases. One, the cell can overcome that viral. The human DNA can overcome that the human DNA or the cell can overcome that viral DNA and destroy it. Another one is that the two can become good friends and they work together like friends. Good friends working together. Then another fate is somewhere along the line mutation can take place leading to cancer. Then another fate is that the viral DNA can overcome the cell and then take over the cellular activity, then causing the cell now, instead of producing the human cell, will produce a new viral cell. That is how as we are being taught, but there's something more of that because I've done higher research which I cannot be explaining that here. That is what is being taught about viruses. So, and that is what happened with HIV. When that's why some people, HIV will enter them, it will not do anything. After some time, they just become negative. There are very few, very scarce in the world. It doesn't do anything in the body. The human cell overcome it and render it useless, kill it out. Another one, they become good friends. So the person has it but not sick. But after some time, the person will start developing sarcoma, Kaposi sarcoma and so on without falling sick. Those already become good friends. After some time, mutation takes place, leading to cancer. Then another case, the viral DNA will overtake the cellular activity, causing it to produce more viruses. This is the one that calls for more attention. They're followed by the one that mutates. This one calls for more attention, and that's where we mostly focus. The one that the viral DNA takes over the cellular activity, control the cell not to be producing but HIV viral DNA viruses instead of human cell, the HIV cells. That is where the problem lies. And we, over the years, in 2011, I produced a medicine called antioxytoxin, AOT, which the whole world knows that one of our medicines to cure HIV/AIDS. Before that, I came up with Canastic 2000. Then this one came like a wonderful medicine. I applied to the government. I want to launch it. They accepted. But if to the medicine, the launch was banned, not to launch. That they have had cause that they should not launch it. So I had to suspend it. But that medicine, even though the launch was cancelled, it has healed thousands of people all over Cameroon, Africa, and the whole world. That medicine is working. It has given life to so many people. I have cases which I would not like. Maybe I'll start bringing testimony online. I have people writing me that they have been directed by this person who claimed that I'm the one who cured them of HIV. They got well, they become negative, but they don't come to give them. When they get well, they just go. But I always see patients are coming that this person said me that you're the one who cured him of this. You're the one who cured him, become negative. I have a case that even went to one hospital in Yaoundé. They did the test, became negative. They knew of that patient. They did the test, became negative. They asked the patient to come the next day. The next day when he came, only saw police. They handcuffed the patient, handcuffed the lab technician. Then the doctor themselves, thinking that it was a game. They now had to reconduct the test, reconduct again. The thing was now negative. Before they released now the patient, released the lab technician, because they confessed that there were some pastors who used to come and pay the lab technician. They would give false negativity to go and use in their church to promote, to gain clients. So they thought that this case that they know that has been positive, they thought that it's the same game. And when that patient came, I was in Bamenda receiving an award for AOT as one of the best natural medicine for HIV/AIDS. That were some years ago. That same day, my staff called me that a woman has come, is negative, and they are celebrating in the clinic, and she's ready to give testimony all over the world for what has happened. That same day, I was in Bamenda receiving an award for AOT, and miracle testimony was happening in Yaoundé. Then what happened? This woman, they gave an appointment. She came and met me. Then we arranged that she would do some interview and so on. I asked somewhere along the way, we called her again. She said she's in the village. That the way they acted in the hospital is just like they don't want people to be curing the disease. She's traumatized that they may still trace her and get her. She just ran and went her to the village. So there are so many testimonies. Just the same like how we are curing hepatitis B, we are curing herpes simplex viruses, we are curing cancers, we are curing asthma, we are curing epilepsy, we are curing so many of these complex diseases that they say they have no cure. But the people are there only quoting book, hitting grammar here and there. They don't know that it's just like this is just like football. Football is not in grammar. You can go and spend a PhD in football. You enter the field, you cannot play. It's in the field we know who is a good player. Those who think they know medicine more than Dr. Fu, let's go into the field. They put a room here, put a room here. They send the same patients to you, they send to me. They see who will be healing them. That is when you know who has a real degree, PhD or professor in medicine. It's not just cramming work, carrying out research, doing statistics, go and defend and they give you a degree and you move in. Discrediting people who are doing good work in the society. If you think you have a degree, let's see it in the field. Invite me in your hospital, all those patients who are more than you. Send them to me and see what I will do. You bring them. You see all those cases have been lying there. Just 2-3 days, they'll get them and start giving testimonies. Some are even lying there. Their system have been impaired. They need to unlock them. Yeah, they're only packing this. Even in traditional medicine, the same. Many people are even practicing the traditional medicine. They don't master the human physiology and anatomy. Because I've studied human physiology and anatomy. I study pathology. I study a lot of things in my medicine. Then I've studied the physical and metaphysical physiology and anatomy of the human being. Then I've studied about the universe and know how the forces in the universe work in the forces in the human being, how they interplay to bring healing in human being. So I'm talking as an expert here. So people who want to be quoting only book, playing the health politics, let them play a politics. I'm not a politician. That's why you will never see me running behind some political party in Cameroon, or you see me campaigning here doing politics. And that is why in my place, whether you are which party, I don't care. I just care that you are a human being. You are God's creation. You need life to help you. I don't care where you belong, whether you're playing politics or you are whatsoever. I don't care. Whether you are my enemy, when you come, I give you treatment. I don't care. Whether you are someone doing things that you want to kill Dr. Fu, when you are sick, I will still cure you. I leave you with Mother Nature to judge you. I don't care. And that is why I speak with authority. I speak with conscience, because nobody has bought my conscience and nobody can buy my conscience. I'm an independent thinker. I'm a radical in the field of traditional medicine who is out to bring change, and a lot of change has come up in traditional medicine since I started practicing. Because if I tell you what I've gone through from when I started that, I will move from Boya to Bamenda to Douala to Yaoundé, everywhere. You will hear about Dr. Fu. You will not hear about all these guys moving and shouting here and there. Until now, what we have created a pace that you can see guidelines in cars selling medicine. They can easily move everywhere. We used to move, people will rebuke. I will even send my staff to go somewhere and give lectures. They'll be rebuking that are demons. You can imagine the level of ignorance when I started bringing a revolution in traditional medicine. There was a high level of ignorance, but we have created an impact. There is a lot of change. Not at all the debates I've held with medical practitioners, held with pastors, prophets over TV, has caused to bring some light into the minds of people on what traditional medicine is all about. And people are beginning to go back to Mother Nature. The wave of change is blowing. There's a reawakening, there's renaissance, there's a born again spirit moving about in the villages, across the towns, the cities, the continents, on natural medicine. The whole world is looking back towards Mother Nature. There's a new spirit blowing. The world is going back towards nature. And anybody who is still sitting somewhere dreaming, thinking, listening to hypocrites, evil people who are out just to preach, to discredit natural medicine, discredit our African heritage, then you will perish with them. You will perish with them. But I'm here to tell you the truth. The solution of her problem, whatever disease that exists, the solution is in Mother Nature. If the solution is not in Mother Nature, it means that disease is not natural. It has been made by man. Even if it has been made by man, the best solution is still in Mother Nature, is in nature. So we have one of the best medications for HIV/AIDS, which we have been treating patients with for decades now, and there's no patient that take our medicine and still fall sick. People take our medicine just for a short time, they go back for their viral load, become indetectable. I will limit there. I will not go about positivity and negativity. Short time, indetectable. Those who came, they have been on drugs for years, they are no longer responding, they have begun to develop Kaposi, sarcoma, connective tissue cancers, and so on. We place them on medicine. Just within a few more, you find all those things dying without us giving anything for them to rub. So I'm encouraging people who are taking medicines. I've not asked you to stop any antiretroviral treatment you are taking, whether with the orthodox or with some traditional medicine somewhere. If you are taking your treatment somewhere, I would like you to incorporate our medicines alongside it to have a fast healing, because I even got an experience from some people. I discovered that people who are taking the orthodox antiretroviral treatment, once they take my medicine, the treatment even move faster, double. I know you have been brainwashed that when you're taking antiretroviral, you should not take natural medicine. Natural medicine is food. When they tell you that don't take natural medicine, it's just like saying that don't eat natural food. Because it's a vegetable. Some people harvest it and cook it and say food. We harvest to give you to eat, we say medicine. Then if they say you should not eat plants, then they are not good when you're taking antiretro. They allow you to eat arrow and jam. Don't you see those people are thieves, they are hypocrites, they are liars, lying without shame. How can they allow you to eat okomobong, eat jama, eat arrow, eat jangsang, eat bush pepper, eat all the herbs that they prepare and call food? But the same herbs that will prepare and call medicine, they say don't eat. You see that there's politics there. Those are the people that are pumping their money from abroad. They keep patients, fax them abroad, and then they keep sending kickbacks. Ask, you see some of those people. If you are taking antiretroviral, you don't even go there, they send you transport. Go there, then you have malaria, if you are dying, see if somebody will help you. You're having cancer, you are dying, don't even come back, see if somebody will call you. But why is it that is the only sickness? They will even call you, even pay you transport to come and take medicine. Because those medicines that they give you, the government is paying, NGOs are paying, and it costs me hundreds of thousands, and they have a lot of money per patient each month when they place it on them. And that is why they discredit traditional medicine, which our organization is promoting, our government is promoting, discrediting it using their mediums, telling that it's bad, but they themselves are what they consume behind the scenes. I know many of them, all the people, most of them in those health units that condemn traditional medicine, they are living on traditional medicine. You go in their homes, even in their offices, you see bottles of medicine, you see powder they're drinking, but come and it deceive the innocent or the ignorant patient not to consume it, but they are consuming it. So what I've told you, a word for a wise is sufficient. I will not talk much on this. Those who are wise, they have heard me. God bless you.
Garden of Eden Naturopathic Institute of West Africa, Ginewa, our headquarters, Boya, Wonyamavio, Mile 18, Munya Road. Contact 674-286-493. Kumba, beside CPDM Hall, Kumba Town. Contact 674-288-671. Douala, besides Tropicana Ancien Route Beseke Bonaberi. Contact 674-289-523 or 695-936-243. Yaoundé, Biamasilak, from former Texaco MRS former Shells Mayor. Contact 674-289-112 or 657-018-758. Bamenda, Jumabo Mankan, Bamenda again, behind Total Commercial Avenue. Contact 677-319-866. Limbe, Carr Street, Newtown. Contact 674-288-957. Bafoussam, behind Légion de Gendarmerie. Contact 680-219-145 or 697-921-385. For consultations only, contact his healer, Dr. Richard Fro at 677-628-980 or 699-958-893.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Many thanks to you, Dr. Richard Froome, and of course we hope that the message is gone across. Those of you based in Kumba, just go beside the CPDM Hall in Kumba and then you shall get more information that you need as far as Dr. Richard Froome's days of consultations are concerned, and try to help yourself, because health, they say, is wealth. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to welcome Lady L in the building. Good morning, Lady L.
Good morning, Mr. Wana. Good morning, beautiful people out there. Hope you are enjoying this Friday. Of course, it is the end of the week, so I hope the week was actually a successful one. So today is actually April 18, and from our research, we've got to find out that today is actually celebrated as World Heritage Day. World Heritage Day is observed annually on April 18 to raise awareness about significance of World Heritage Sites and the importance of safeguarding them from future generations. World Heritage Sites are a valuable part of our shared cultural and natural heritage, and it is our collective responsibility to protect and preserve them. In 1982, the International Council on Monuments and Sites, that is the ICOMOS, proposed the concept of observing World Heritage Day, which was subsequently approved by the United Nations General Assembly in 1983. April 18 was chosen as the date for the celebration to honor the day when the Convention covering the protection of world cultural and natural heritage was adopted by UNESCO in 1982. Celebrations for World Heritage Day are commemorated with great enthusiasm, and it typically includes a variety of exciting activities. These range from exhibitions that showcases the unique cultural and natural heritage of different regions, cultural events that highlight the traditions and customs of local communities, to guided tours of heritage sites that after visitors a chance to explore the history and significance of these iconic locations. Since 1983, the International Council on Monuments and Sites, that is the ICOMOS, has been selecting the themes for the World Heritage Day, which serves as a basis for various events and activities around the world. Many themes have come and gone, and this year 2025 theme is Heritage Under Threat from Disasters and Conflicts, Preparedness and Learning from 60 Years of ICOMOS Action. Mr. Wana, today is actually celebrated as World Heritage Day. That means we have to visit some monuments and sites.
Exactly.
Yes, the heritage monuments and sites. So today is actually meant to.
We know Cameroon has got a lot of touristic heritage sites as well.
Yes, we do.
Remember that the Sawa population were the Sawa elites or a Sawa delegation were in the UNESCO, and of course Cameroon has got a heritage site. Ndole has been adopted as a heritage delicacy as well. So a whole lot of things happen in Cameroon. It's an El Dorado. Africa in miniature has got plenty to offer when it comes to heritage in our society.
There are so many. We have the Unification Monument, this Wuri River, that during the time of Portuguese, they actually named it Rio dos Cameros, means River of Clouds. Yes. Yeah. Now it's actually known as River Wuri.
You go to Kribi, yes, the Batanga people, you see the beach at Beach Mai. Beach Mai, you see how the touristic the beauty of it all, how slaves used to be transported. You go down to Bimbia, it's another touristic destination, which of course has been adopted as a UNESCO heritage site as well. So a whole lot of things happening in Cameroon. We've got plenty.
A whole lot, just much. So I won't even talk much. I want our viewers to follow this video and see. Let's appreciate, let's admire some monuments and sites that we have in our country, Cameroon.
Between the West and Central Africa. The nation upholds a rich and captivating historical background dating from the slave trade period, colonial era to independence. Talking about landmarks of Cameroon history, we are talking about those sites, monuments, statues, and buildings which on its own have a particular story to tell about the nation, some of which we will be presenting to you in this video. Number 10. Alfred Seka Monument. From the 10th of our list in historical order of importance, most valued, most spoken of, and most visited, we begin with the Alfred Seka Monument. Located at the coast of the Atlantic Ocean in the French ship town of Limbe, southwest region of Cameroon. This monument, named after its founder, Alfred Seka, missionary to Africa, who founded the township Victoria, today known as Limbe. In memory of his devoted work, this monument was built to mark the century of Victoria. This set the pace for the Baptist mission in Cameroon, and today we have two colleges named after the missionary Alfred Seka. The Seka Baptist College in Limbe and the College Alfred Seka, Diedo in Douala, the economic capital of Cameroon. Number 9. German Colonial Station. Marked in the colonial era is the first train railway and station building that was constructed by the Germans in 1894 to 1896. It was the first building with several floors in Yaoundé, found behind the Ministry of Finance. This marked the beginning of an easy transportation means to Cameroon at the time. It can be noted that traveling from the West region or Northwest region to the Adamawa region or North region, though closer, you have to take the route through the center region to use these train routes. Number 8. Charles Atangana statue. According to Adequate Travel, the statue of Charles Atangana is a symbol of pride for every citizen of Cameroon. By his German name Karl and his birth name Sama, and Charles Atangana was the paramount chief of the Bane and Ewondo ethnic groups during much of the colonial period in Cameroon. Atangana's loyalty and friendship with colonial priests and administrators in the colonial government secured him successively more prominent posts, although from an unremarkable background. This statue is now one of the most renowned monuments in Cameroon. Number 7. La Nouvelle Liberté. La Nouvelle Liberté is most famous and emblematic artwork of Douala, which today has become a symbol of the city. Produced by Joseph Francis Somegne in 1996, Nouvelle Liberté, which is a 12-meter tall sculpture made of scrap metal, erected in the middle of the busiest roundabout in Douala, Rongoin Diedo. Nouvelle Liberté features a 5-meter wingspan and a mass of 8 tons. This artwork pays tribute to the contemporary culture of the city. The culture of recycling, assembling, and disassembling of objects, of the ability of citizens in overcoming many complex situations. Number 6. The Bismarck Fountain. The Bismarck Fountain, located at the foot of Mount Cameroon Boya, Southwest region, was built in honor of Otto Eduard Leopold von Bismarck-Schwanhausen, popularly known as Otto von Bismarck, Chancellor of the German Empire from 1871 until the 1890s. The Bismarck Fountain was built in Boya, Cameroon, to signify German rule and also as a proclamation of Cameroon being under the German Empire. Number 5. River Wuri. River Wuri, largest river in Cameroon with a length of 160 kilometers and forms at the confluence of the rivers Nkam and Makombe, 32 kilometers northeast of the city of Yabasi in the economic capital of Cameroon. The Portuguese navigator and explorer Fernando Po is believed to be the first European to explore the estuary of the Wuri. Around the year 1472, the explorers noted an abundance of the mud lobster Lepidothalmus tenaranus in the Wuri River and named it Riodos Cameros, which means river of prawns, and the phrase from which the name Cameroon was derived. Wuri remains a landmark in Cameroon history as the source from which the country derived its name. Number 5. Bimbia Slave Trade Port and Village. The slave trade site, which is one of the largest in Central Africa, hosted close to 1,000 at the time slaves from within and out of Cameroon. According to Ebonigram, Bimbia Slave Trade Port was the main center where slaves from that part of Africa were held in keeping before being ferried away into the land of no return, America. The site was created in the mid-15th century as an avenue to buy, camp, and ship human beings abroad to work as slaves. Today, the slave trade village of Bimbia rests on a piece of land few kilometers away from the Atlantic Ocean. Considered a historical monument, a landmark of history, the village yet suffers enclosure of a length fence laden with symbolic mural that recall a bitter experience of the ancient trade of man. Number 4. The Schloss. The Schloss, commonly known as the Prime Minister's Lodge, located in Boya, southwest region of Cameroon. The 70-room villa, standing approximately 82 feet at the foot of Mount Cameroon, is a landmark of German colonial rule in Cameroon. A building of fascinating architecture and design. The Schloss was the palatial residence of the German Cameroon governor, Jesko von Puttkamer. Constructed in 1887, renamed the Prime Minister's Lodge after the departure of the Germans from Cameroon, this building served as residence and office to John Gu Foncha, Bobe Augustine Gomjua, and Solomon Tandeng Muna, Prime Ministers of the Republic of Cameroon before the Prime Minister's office was moved to Yaoundé in 1972. Number 3. Fumban Conference Hall. Fumban Conference Hall, located in the heart of the famous town of beautiful women, Fumban, lying northeast of the West Region's capital, Bafoussam, Cameroon. The conference hall is notable to have hosted the plebiscite conference which led to the reunification of the former British Southern Cameroon and La République du Cameroon with the famous banner message, "How nice is it to meet our brothers? Vive le Cameroun unifié." Number 2, Boya Reunification Monument. As a symbol of national unity and love, the magnificent structure consisting of the logo of the celebration of independence of Cameroon as the central unit, built with concrete and metal cylinders, was set up, and Cameroon's second and current president, His Excellency President Paul Biya, proclaimed the monument as tribute to the effort consented by the people of Cameroon to live in the peace and prosperity for over 50 years. Peace is symbolized by a dove holding in its beak the peace plan overlooking the map of Cameroon at its upper end. The 10 bedded columns, whose height varies from 1.3 meters to 7 meters, support the logo. These columns symbolize power, the dynamics of growth and emergence, which are fundamentals to the economic, social and cultural development of Cameroon, with their total weight being 9.9 tons. According to Three Line Travel, to showcase the cultural diversity of Cameroon, a great work of art in the form of a mosaic made from glass paste inspired the cultures of the 10 regions and the heritage of Cameroon, particularly through its variety, color and dress trimmings. This depicts the story and the life of the country. The large wall painting portrays 10 ancestors, benevolent deities of the 4 cultural areas of Cameroon, that is Sudano-Saharan area, Grassfield areas, Fang-Beti area, and the Sawa area. Number 1, the Reunification Monument, Yaoundé. Top and first on our list is the landmark of national prosperity. According to Exploring Visual Culture, the Reunification Monument recalls an important moment in Cameroon's history. The political reunification of the 2 Cameroons, Francophone and Anglophone, in 1961, leading up to the birth of the United Republic of Cameroon. Amadou Ahidjo, the nation's president at this time, commissioned this landmark as a celebration of the Cameroonian people's prosperity in the aftermath of independence. The history of this unification is important for education because it brings together the historical memory of approximately 250 ethnic groups living together in the Republic of Cameroon, a mosaic of cultures committed to sharing a common life. That is what we have for you in today's content, taking you into
Quite beautiful.
Very beautiful. Hope you have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That was so wonderful, right?
Yeah.
And I just we selected a 10 top monuments and sites in Cameroon because there are so many of them. So you just have to pick these important ones.
Very important. World Heritage Day. It is a day that will celebrate our cultural diversity. It is a day that will celebrate those things that when we look back at them, we feel like that's our history. The monument of Charles Atanganam, who was the leader at the time of the Wundu people, told us that during the German conflicts or the German battle, he fought so hard against the German rule, ran to Equatorial Guinea and came back again. So that's the beauty of it all. You go down to the Bismarck Fountain in Boya, the Prime Minister's Lodge, which we know very well, hosted prime ministers of the time, Wana, Django Foncha, you name the rest, before later on moved to Yaoundé, and of course the Bismarck, the downtown Limbe, the slave trade village of Bimbia, and of course we know that the people of Dikolo in Bimbia might be watching Home TV at this moment. It's just to rekindle their memory that we are all together in this battle. And of course when people hear Dikolo, it's a village in Limbe, and of course we have Dikolo in Douala as well. Those who continue preaching separation, how can it be possible now? It cannot be. We have Dikolo. We remember the demolition of the people of Dikolo village. There is a village as well called Dikolo. So it's all about the beauty of this country. Cameroon in its entirety is a cultural, the heritage, has got plenty of heritage sites that we need to visit. There are so many of them. All right, Lady L, is that all for today? as far as this in history is concerned?
I just wanted our viewers to focus to discover and celebrate this particular event of today. Yes, the celebration of monument and site in our country, and it's World Heritage Day. There were so many other events, but I just wanted us to focus on this. So that's it.
All right, and of course, today we will be reflecting about cheating.
Yes.
Do you cheat? Can you cheat? Let's begin with the first one. Do you cheat?
Yes, I do. I cannot say I'm perfect. I do cheat.
Can you cheat?
I can't cheat. Even though it's not good to, but I cannot say no, I don't cheat. I cannot cheat now.
Yeah.
I do cheat. That's it.
You cheat very well.
Sorry, yeah, not that very well. One must cheat once in a while now.
Okay.
One must cheat.
Senior D, do you cheat? He said no.
No one is perfect. Even pastors, whether it's men or whether they do cheat. Many people do cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one cannot say I'm a saint. I don't cheat.
Yeah. They say cheating is a personal decision.
That's it.
It's a personal decision, right? So if you want to cheat, it's from your heart. You decide I want to cheat. Let me cheat. At least I've never cheated before. Let me just try.
Let me just try and cheat.
Yeah.
And see how it looks like.
All right. Thank you very much, Lady L. It's weekend. Where do you intend spending the weekend this time around?
Today is. Don't bother.
Today is Good Friday.
I'll surprise you. Yes.
Today is Good Friday.
After this program, I'll just surprise you. Like I said, well, now come let's chill on. Come let's hang up. Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
I'll wait for the invitation.
Okay.
I'll come with my companion.
No, just
Senior D.
I don't want that situation where you invite someone, the person just go and carry a group of people. Hey, have you ever experienced that?
Yeah,
invite
it do
someone
happen.
and the person comes with a group of people.
No, when you come with a group of people, what I do is that I ask for you to come. I pay for the bill, you pay for the rest.
Are you sure?
When I was giving out my invitation, I did not give about 6 invitations.
In order to maintain your steez, you tie.
No.
That means
Sometimes people should learn to respect. People should learn to respect people's decisions. You don't know for what reason I invited you for. Maybe for professional reasons, for us to discuss something professionally. I invited you. You bring A. Okay, let's see how it goes, because it will be so disrespectful for us to be sharing a bottle of drink and then that person is admiring us as we swallow. So it's important that we share, but without sharing, you don't know, you're not in my pocket, you don't know what I've got inside. If I have the means, I'll buy.
But some people that when
some people do exaggerate.
Yes, they'll bring other friends. But you'll be forced to pay in order to maintain your steez. When you pay, you go home, you start crying.
That's
Baloko, I will never invite her again. Just like that. Even men do say that you invite a male friend, the person will stick out with other friends, which is not actually good.
Yeah. People should learn to respect people's decisions. If you're invited alone this Friday, go alone. Stop forcing us to cough out what we do not have. All right, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you again on Monday, God willing. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, and a better one for you. Have a wonderful weekend. All my viewers out there, enjoy your weekend. Catch you on Monday. Stay tuned.
All right, we are going to invite Nancy's Price to do for us Sophie. Enjoy this piece. We shall be back after that.
Ça, c'est le président Gassa Armand, la référence, et comme c'est bien sûr. Comment tu fais afin que je t'aime comme ça? À Sophie, tu me prends la tête. Entre mille et une femmes, c'est toi que j'ai choisi. Ne me laisse pas tomber. Aie pitié de mon amour pour toi, Sophie. À Sophie, ça qui coule dans mes veines. Sophie, à Sophie, ça qui coule dans mes veines. E mogo di non ambana tombe wa ma. Ule mamu mende no bembale musumbo yamba di bumi. A Sofio to wani wa mo wenamba e dinga ngo e ma pepele ma otini ya we sula to so o insuga wa ibana e pange muna loba muna musambo muna bamba sende babanga Sophie no semba moe Sophie Sophie no sende babanga Sophie no semba moe Patrice Lopez, l'ambassadeur de Lancôme à Paris, qui dit mieux. Sama kosa ya samo, sama kosa ya samo, mena maso pili jamba, apili jamba, yokola metisona, allons-y, Matenga na malano bana ide tingalongo Tobani na madawano bana ide tingalongo Yehu mabanga osolo na nomba Nakwe ya bamo mamuna bute na sawe pula Ayomba Yehu mabanga osolo na nomba Nakwe ya bamo mamuna bute na sawe pula Hello, dear Dr. Mwana mbana mwana miyandolo ibutimba Yana titi Kota kwa mimi mweni ndo Umatende mara nomba na yedeti nalongo Towani na madakwa nomba na yedeti nalongo Iwu mabanga osolo ne nomba Akwe ya mamo mamuna bute na sawe pula Iwu mabanga osolo ne nomba Akwe ya mamo mamuna bute na sawe pula Ulupa Them black on this floor. Sama cosa ya samo. Sama cosa ya samo. Sama cosa. Andalo, mamoe. Andalo. Elon this side. The black on this side. Elon. Elle est blanc on dit ça Sama kosa ya samo Atikatata Sita Atikatata Bankomba pari le yefe Bankomba pari le tombe Atikatata Sita Atikatata Chego piso niwe Apinita mbae Apinita piso niwe Apinita mbae Apinita piso niwe Apinita mbae Apinita Véronique Piso la maman de baby aïe Elongi Mais les blancs ont l'histoire Dona Monia Bamba Dona Monia Bamba Emi beauté
Beautiful music there from Nancy's Price, titled Sophie. Nancy's Price, Le Père Elegancia, as someone, so many persons who know him. Prince Prizo, that's his name, Prizo Nancy's. Sa Majesté Nancy's Prizo, that's his name, right? Yes. He's a formidable Makossa artist who has just been at his own corner doing his own things the right way. So, permit me to say good morning to you, Mr. Peter Tefu, who is following us live on our Facebook page. You said you are watching us from MD. Where is MD located? Right? Good morning to you, Mr. Peter De Piero. We seize opportunity to say good morning to those who are watching us at the comfort of your homes this morning. It's a public holiday in Cameroon because it's Good Friday, not so. And of course, let me say good morning to you, Mr. Tabi Solomon Ebai, watching us out there in Limbe, the town of Friendship this morning. Stay connected to the TV, and of course, those of you, a whole lot of know that you are there for us this morning. And of course, we will not forget those of you you watching us here in Douala. I'm thinking about Prince Vishal the combo, watching us all the way from Dido in the nation's economic capital, Douala. Keep spreading the news through Bekwadi's news online, and of course we shall be delighted to know that you are there for us as always. Now we are going to have a discovery this morning. After a discovery, we shall come back to meet Elvis FM to tell us what is happening in our neighborhood as far as this Friday is concerned.
Hello and welcome to my channel, where I explore the wonders of the world. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey along the Nile, the longest river in the world. We will start from Egypt, where the Nile has shaped the history and culture of this ancient civilization, and then trace its origins back to the heart of Africa, where it was once a mystery to many explorers. Along the way, we will see how the Nile affects the lives of millions of people and how it connects different countries and cultures. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. The Nile is not just a river, it's a lifeline. For thousands of years, the Nile has been the source of water, food, and transportation for the people of Egypt. About 95% of Egypt's population lives along the Nile or in its delta, which covers only 5% of the country's land area. The Nile also made possible the rise of one of the oldest and most influential civilizations in history, the ancient Egyptians. They built their pyramids, temples, and tombs along the river, and agriculture and trade, thanks to the annual flooding of the Nile, which enriched the soil and created a fertile land. But where does the Nile come from? How does it flow for over 6,000 kilometers, crossing 11 countries, and draining an area of 3.4 million square kilometers? These questions puzzled many people for centuries, especially the Europeans, who wanted to discover the secrets of Africa. As early as the 1st century AD, the Roman Emperor Nero sent an expedition to try to find the source of the Nile, but they failed. In the 19th century, many European explorers ventured into the interior of Africa, facing dangers and hardships in search of the elusive source. One of them was John Hanning Speke, a British officer who claimed to have found the source of the Nile in 1858 at a place called Jinja in present-day Uganda. There, he saw a large lake, which he named Victoria after his queen, and a waterfall, which he named Ripon Falls, where the Nile flowed out of the lake. He also met the king of Buganda, a powerful kingdom that controlled the region around the lake. However, Speke's discovery was not accepted by everyone. Some people doubted that Lake Victoria was the true source of the Nile and suggested that there were other rivers that fed into it and that the real source was further south. One of these rivers was the Kagera, which flows from Lake Tanganyika, another large lake in East Africa. The debate was finally settled in the 20th century when it was confirmed that the Kagera is indeed the largest tributary of Lake Victoria and that its most distant source is in the Nyungwe Forest in Rwanda. Therefore, the Nile has two main sources, the White Nile, which originates from Lake Victoria, and the Blue Nile, which originates from Lake Tana in Ethiopia. The White Nile and the Blue Nile meet at Khartoum, the capital of Sudan, where they form the Nile proper. The White Nile is longer and slower, while the Blue Nile is shorter and faster and carries more water and sediment. The Blue Nile flows for about 1,400 kilometers from Lake Tana in the Ethiopian highlands, where it receives 3,700 kilometers from Lake Victoria, passing through Lake Albert, the Sud, a vast swampy region in South Sudan, and Lake Nasser, formed by the Aswan High Dam in Egypt. The Sud was thought to have prevented the Romans from reaching the interior and discovering the source of the Nile. The Nile continues its journey through the deserts of Sudan and Egypt, where it creates a green oasis that supports life and civilization. Along the way, it passes by many historical and cultural landmarks, such as the Pyramids of Meroe, the temples of Abu Simbel, the Aswan High Dam, the Valley of the Kings, the Karnak Temple, and the Great Pyramids of Giza. The Nile also provides water for irrigation, hydropower, fishing, and tourism. However, the Nile also faces many challenges, such as pollution, overuse, climate change, and conflicts over its water resources among the countries that share it. The Nile finally reaches its end at the Mediterranean Sea, where it forms a large delta that covers about 25,000 square kilometers. The delta is home to about 40 million people and is one of the most fertile and densely populated regions in the world. The delta also hosts a rich biodiversity of plants and animals, some of which are endemic or endangered. The Nile Delta is also a historical and cultural treasure, as it witnessed the rise and fall of many civilizations, such as the Pharaonic, Persian, Greek, Roman, Arab, Ottoman, and British. The Nile is a river that has shaped the history, culture, and geography of Africa and the world. It is a river that has given life and inspiration to countless generations of people. It is a river that deserves our respect and admiration. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something new and interesting about the Nile. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up.
Home morning. It is your wake-up show from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. from Mondays to Fridays. On Home Morning, we shall feed your indulgence with regular slots like Reflection, Health, Discovery, Talking Points, Press Review, Pigeon News, our Guest of the Day, Sports, Culture, and Public Opinion. Make it a date with us on the show as we usher you to the dawn of a new day with renewed energy. Home Morning. It is your wake-up show from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. from Mondays to Fridays. On Home Morning, we shall feed your indulgence with regular slots like Reflection, Health, Discovery, Talking Points, Press Review, Pigeon News, our Guest of the Day, Sports, Culture, and Public Opinion. Make it a date with us on the show.
Welcome back. Thank you very much, Senior D, for taking us on a guided tour about the Nile. Those of you just joining us, you are live on Home Morning, and we are keeping you entertained. It's weekend, the weekend edition of Home Morning, and it's time for us to welcome our pigeon newscaster, Elvis FM. Hello, Elvis, and welcome on board.
Countryman, the rest of they are not dressed today.
You come out. You know hammer.
Talks about Daddy Mbong Boy.
Daddy Mbong Boy.
Mbong Boy, Mbong Boy.
Daddy Mbong Boy.
Mbong Boy.
Mbong Boy.
Yes. That Mbong means you bulky. Boy, that means you soft.
Don't find problem for yourself. When problem will come, hopes you will stand for the problem.
You know, say today now, Good Friday now. The whole Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Put it single, nail for cross.
If it has today, the countryman cry very bad. Christian the day for church.
Eli, lama sabatani. Where it means say, my God, why have you died for second me?
Yes.
That's countryman. So tell you correct aside.
No, say something that the way sometimes you laugh, you know.
Yeah.
The worst thing for this Douala, I advise any man now for say me get quarrel with this Okada boy.
Yeah.
The worst one I do Babana them.
They get up.
No, they just decide they better spoil the day. They don't. It's a gap. They don't care what are you doing. Now you don't for respect yourself for things. No, if you get more dignity for yourself, if I mean you just respect, give it to the gear.
That's right.
This morning time, as I come to serious fight for this entry for Kuye between this Babana and some passenger. Sika wait for 50 francs. You don't climb the Babana, don't take this one at 350. Let's the countryman no here. Countryman say na 300. You don't carry the Babana no more 150 gig. Countryman say more kira 50. C'est comme ça que
Spirit of 50 out.
C'est comme ça que tu le Babana c'est que tu fais ici à Douala, tu fais le genre tu voles sur le that Babana c'est additif.
So you go say thief now.
C'est additif. You know other thing there, you know that board, that board, the other thing.
That board only tell the
that thing in your mind. If you like, you give different money, so that thief so you for your mind, they come out. You know, say Prince Obama the cry no.
Yeah.
Palava road. It's a road no day.
Exactly.
Road no day. Yes. Don't see anything in the past.
All right, time for Get TV Pidgin News for Home TV this morning.
Yes, country people, I want to special salute for all man where he don't stop for outside. He look the one way he make Tori today for insights. We're on Tori House. We call him Home TV. Special big salute for all man where they watch with for outside for big man on for insights. Bamenda side country day time it don't reach for we for Tegunam enter for insights the one them where he make Tori today for insights we're on Tori House we go start one time now for insights a chapter for road for insights Bamenda yesterday we be enter for that site for Ontarikon today country people will enter for that site for Bambili we now road that for insights Bambili side country day where they just come out for fix in number yesterday and if you want look for insights better way you go say even the caterpillar them for the company where they want this work is still there for them. Small them you don't start making for outside for inside a Bamenda. You see them they wear nothing where they don't put them for road column with the black column water rain. You don't wash them for inside a Bamenda day. Now we plenty people they ask question. Escape that way these people or that way they give contract for countryman. Escape they follow them for see whether the countryman he do better work because man no go do something. You never make 3-4 months at the company. He work the work, he never finish. But the small one we don't put water rain, it don't can wash them. So this one, you don't make them plenty for them. They don't ask plenty other questions them for inside a chapter. For this to read where it happen for inside Bamenda side country day. When I see plenty of them, they complain for inside a chapter for road for inside central town. It been a big problem too. Where it takes time, it pass for inside Bamenda side country day. We go come out for that side country problem. We take una enter for inside make bar way na country problem to for that side. They don't tie face, they come out for do what they call them for insight a big book say welcome for vet or protest as we fit talk for insight chapter for their own chief. What's happen according to them they come out go for Gio in own office for talk say Gio we don't understand what don't happen what's that will achieve them what's that other people them for insight village then them for insight this same chapter what happen according to what Tori House he get them they say this one na Kabambru them black the one they wear black clothes and the one they wear red cap they come they move their chief and so other people them for insight village now the people themselves they don't tie face for insight a chapter for this Tori and they talk say they want their chief or if not plenty cry it could be for insight 2025 Mogu Tonton enter for backside we'll talk with this countryman.
Je m'appelle Monsa David, je suis de Mata, je suis toujours avec Sa Majesté Nipa Henri tout moment. Depuis un mois je suis à la chefferie avec lui, je dors toujours là-bas. Je laisse ma femme, mes enfants, ma constitution pour aller passer avec lui puisqu'on ne sait jamais. Bon, c'était jeudi le 17 avril à 4 h du matin. Subitement, j'entends, nous attendons à la porte avec le chef. On frappe à la porte. Je suis levé, le chef aussi s'est levé. Il a demandé c'est qui. Ils ont répondu que Sa Majesté, nous avons un souci, on voulait vous voir. Il a dit bon, j'arrive. Il est rentré dans sa chambre et moi aussi j'étais aussi au salon avec madame. Dès qu'il a ouvert la porte, il est revenu au salon me trouver. Bon, j'ai dit que bon, comme vous êtes venu, il faut que j'ouvre la porte de derrière pour voir tout juste la personne qui frappe à la porte. J'ouvre la porte de derrière. Je vois les armées, la gendarmerie entourée, ils m'ont pris, ils ont aussi pris Sa Majesté. Ils nous ont amenés Ils ont commencé à nous amener, marcher. On a traversé le premier coup d'eau. Ils ont garé la voiture tout juste à l'entrée du village, à l'école publique. Et quand nous sommes arrivés là-bas, on nous a mis dans la voiture avec Sa Majesté. On a pris la route de Maba. On arrivé à Maba, on les a amenés à la gendarmerie.
Naso de tin, it take come, it happen. They don't carry chief, Sa Majesté. They don't sabi place where they carry Sa Majesté. They go. If they never take person where it dey for corner, you go for some place where you no sabi, you no go know why this countryman. It take come, it feel for insight a chapter for this story where it takes time. It pass for insight. What on country here? We go come out, enter for insight a man fame. When on that side, the top city so far, he visit police their own barrack for inside Manfred side country day. As well as the same for inside on television. Now the fire that will not be place where the fire come out. Even though plenty people them that means to read for backside for inside Katim, they say be like say sometime if it be na bosses, so other one them they talk so if it be so sometime na cable, he can meet up another one, he catch fire for that side. Up till now, so to the house, they never talk whether true. Now the same thing where it takes time, it pass for inside Manfred side country day. We will continue. They bring on this same story as it takes time, it pass for that side country. Maybe we come out for that side, we take now enter for that side for Boy division. Where na big gongoro moto, you run Tomo side where it carry plan for that side country. We go turn make una see how we the thing it take up, it pass for that side. Na moto that where it carry plan, we sabi say for that side. Plenty of the people for that side, they transport na this plan them. They say na plenty overload where this motor it carry plan, you want turn. You see head it go now only for down. Now we board them, he leave roadway supposed to pass with him, enter now for different other side roads. We go come out for inside that to him, we take now enter back for inside far north. Now some palm it take play for foot, it go down for corner eye. When I see the way it take pass. Now that a small driver that way parent take motor, maybe small picking motor, big motor get with the picking sign no. I raise your hand close boy. Nice. Good boy. Press one now. I don't tell you now. Say inside this one, no be the kind of thing like that where we are supposed for the drum. Even the picking said he didn't know how powerful carry this kind of big motor. He got for this picking the bear rigs for inside chapter for this to the way it takes time. He passed for that side country. When I sabi say for that side, now so plenty of them. They ever think say when small picking, it don't the big, it fine for the chichi. Now why that plenty picking them for inside where they come out up country for that side for far north. They ever sabi for ride bike or other thing them time where they see this small. But this one, now plenty risks. We go turn back with the one way it don't make to read for better way. When it could be 300 for Insight Home TV, their own tutorials.
Thank you very much, Torimasa. This morning we reflect about cheating. You too sabi for cheat?
For which kind of one? Now for share
cheating
money.
generally.
Share
Cheating. We no talk say na marry people, na celebrate them. No. Cheating in general.
I want understand. Yes, because if I see you get Gondel again, and Gondel again, they call and say cheating now.
Yeah.
Yes, if they give you money to take and share you and your brother, you not share an equal.
Yeah.
Not cheating now.
Not cheating.
Yeah, so I want understand which one you ask and be what.
Cheating
general.
Yes,
something.
general.
You know, say our ancestors they not permit we for cheat person. Our ancestors they permit we for marry 2, 3, 4 women them. They must be legal.
Normally.
Yeah,
family
for boy don't know you, family for girl don't know you. He says he is cheating on me. He is doing.
Say how dare you?
How dare you?
You break my heart.
You are playing my feelings. What?
They do this with me.
Our ancestors don't test this. So no, if not something for share equal. If they say that share equal, share equal. Give your brother the way you go give your own self.
Yeah.
Yes. Our ancestors don't permit that one. Yes.
So you don't cheat before?
I be doing when I be no be don't be. I be smoking the city might. For woman palapa.
Okay. That one a profession.
Yeah, I mean for morning time. City for nights.
All right.
But toilets will be constant for life and change.
Exactly.
I need to turn and say I don't
change completely.
I don't change.
You change half time.
I don't change.
How temptation will lead you. You change, you go back.
Ask my landlady. Ask my landlady. Picking hotels I don't change. Yes, my landlady get picking hotels.
Because nothing you tell is a road change.
I don't change.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Elvis. Happy weekend, and hope to see you again on Monday. But don't forget that at 3 p.m. This afternoon we shall be having a full dose of the Pidgin News. Tomorrow again, Big Compound will be coming up. Maybe last word before we separate.
Yes, Mohan remind my contributor say tomorrow it could be a time for Big Compound. We will turn back for Insight Tori House, open line them and bring ginger them for Insight House so that they will talk for some of the things and way it don't take style. It pass for Insight our own country. And I want to remind contributor say for 300 we will turn back with some this Tori we return about this Abdul Karim. If you sabi we now this Muslim scholar we according to which way would hear would see did not say that I say this so don't put him Mickey it did middle day for play with day for now. So would see did not for inside that same chapter we will turn back with them when we will not be 300. I'm gonna not forget tomorrow we will not be 10:30 for Cameroon time. We go there for Inside Tori House for bring on a Big Compound. Small shrine big go there, small minyanya no minyanya it go there and then Mulu even Shah. Other small things go there Big Compound. We will bring guests different people them with different side they get different mind for talk for Inside chapter for some of the things them we in the past for the country.
All right, thank you very much. Let's have Claudia Dikoso do for us Kweba Dia. After that, I shall be bringing in my main guest in today's edition.
Suna ponda ana bole wandola mie to kusipende mito wana moni nembaki na misimende ponindolo na wasi be majita obola wai na seni pondu katendolo mumio bolamba suna ponda ana mole wandola mieyu to kusipende mito wana monie nembaki na misimende polindolo mumio kwemba dia mumamio bemba bebe ebanja nae opotite namba kemba mona imende jongae mumio kwemba dia mumamio bemba bebe ebanja nae opotite namba kemba mona mende takae.
Et ya chérie, aussi pas te prendre namba. Tu sais, tu es mon seul amour. Rassure-toi.
Etombi mikiki sane mumio bolamba sona ponda ana molewa muleba mwamie do kusipende muto nupepengea asimende otondo wa kampa mumio kwembatia mumamio bemba bebe ebanja nae opotite namba kemba mona imende jongae mumio kwemba dia mumamio bemba bebe ebanja nae opotite namba kemba mona mende tatae.
Benji mateke son tika son tane muntango désiré mateke ebanja na monde wandolo.
Minu pepe nasima pula jabalendola ayo na ba pepe yola nikande na tinga mnona wa na bisana wa di bende la mboti wa mumiyo
elanye na mapola na odubembae mumi na dola su elanye na mapola na odubebiala bamie mumi o kwembatia ai bemba bebe ebanga na e opotite na pa kemba mona imende tongae mumi o kwembatia muma mo bemba bebe ebanga na e opotite na pa kemba mona mende tangae mumi o kwembatia muma mio bemba bebe ebanga na e opotite na pa kemba mona imende dongae mumi o kwembatia muma mio bemba
Mumamo kewa bebe ebanja nae opotite namba kemba mona imende njongae. That's Claudia Dikoso singing for us, Kwemba Dia, encouraging her loved one to be patient. Just give me a little time. I'll be you the kind of house you want. Just give me a little time. I'll give you the amount of money you want. It's Friday. Some people are getting married. Getting married does not mean you have achieved everything on earth. It's all about working together to attain, live, accept your dreams, accept to drive the same vehicle, accept to drive on the same lane and attain your objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving over to our last slot of the day, which happens to be my main guest. My guest in today's edition is Mr. Lucas Tene. Time for my guest this morning. Welcome back, and of course, Lucas Tene. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wana. Good morning to all the televiewers. Maybe when Claudia Dikoso was writing a song, you heard because you are singing as if you you were there when she intended to sing.
The message is so powerful. All right, this morning we are talking about the string of for resignation at Fecafoot, the string of information coming in from Fecafoot club presidents who are announcing the withdrawal from the championship, a whole lot of issues animating football in Cameroon. Referees are equally announcing that they too are about going on strike because of unpaid match bonuses and unpaid salaries. Tell us, you are part of those who run football in Cameroon. You are a sport analyst. That's your cap in this program. But aside that, you also you are a match official. So tell us, when you look at the stream of events happening in football in Cameroon today, in the past 2 years, 3 years down the line, are you satisfied that we are moving towards the right direction?
Maybe I'm not satisfied and I'm not disappointed because when this executive board wanted to rule Fecafoot, I told to people that these people will not succeed. But I'm not disappointed because I knew what will happen. Because to get at a certain level, you have to be trained. When you don't have certain training, you cannot
stop playing. Whereas the president said it clearly on the national station that Bambutus is not going to continue playing because the federation is owing them a huge amount of money. We are having Kotosporo Garwa that's about to join the line as well, announcing that Fecafoot is owing their money, they should cough out their money. Colombo de Jai Lobo as well, that's Colombo of the South Football Club. We have Jikoefs of Banjul, that too are joined, that they are withdrawing from the championship of Cameroon. All of this cacophony that has engulfed Cameroon football today, Samuel Eto'o promised us that Selotan put Donilo football sa grandeur. That grandeur, is this the kind of grandeur we expected from him?
Not the grandeur. Maybe when, as I was saying, when he was coming to rule Cameroon football, he didn't know where he was going to. And if you still remember what happened with UMS De Loum,
exactly
2 years ago, UMS De Loum wrote a press release and released that he will not take part in the championship. It was at time denouncing what the management of the federation was saying, that he has some amount of money that the federation had to give to him that he did not give, and they would keep pressurizing him. They kept releasing after the press release. the UMS only went and play. But if some presidents are going to wants to not to play, it is because maybe they want to make what we call in French chantage, blackmail. They want the federation to give them what they want. You know, the federation wrote the letter to the Minister of Finance. Yes, it is already 6 months today, to ask for the allowances that the Minister of Finance, the state used,
state subvention.
Yes, the state subvention that the state used to give to them. How will you be taking a state subvention and you don't give it back to the owner of the money? That's a problem. And one of the key word of that state of that letter was, comme vous avez souvent l'habitude de donner. It means that every day they were taking the money, every year they are taking the money, but they don't distribute to the club. And today, that letter that they wrote have given some attitude to the club to reivindicate and to take what belongs to them.
But then, don't you fear, because I saw Mr. Bless on one of the sanctioning Bambutus would actually be a big blow to our football, because we know that Bambutus, whenever they are playing a game, they are hosting a match, whenever in whatever town, we know how much enters as the gate fee token. Now, how will our football survive in the absence of some of these big clubs like Otos of Gara, Bambutus of Boda, or Jikos of Banjul are all threatening to leave or to boycott our championship in Cameroon?
You know, Blaise Peter is not a serious man, because he's a political man. He use word to deceive people. It's not serious, because when teams, when you work with somebody and you don't pay the man, if the man comes and tell you that I need my money and start displaying the news everywhere, the only thing to do is to tell the truth and tell him that I recognize that I owe you money, but I will pay. But not to come and threaten people. Those presidents are not children, because before they came in the federation, Bambutos are not paying salary for players. Bambutos told him that I know that I'm not paying salaries, and players came to complain. The dues from the money that you owe me to pay those players, he refused. But after the next year, Fogu de Baha had the same problem as Bambutos, you know, and he gave that CAF license to play Fogu de Baha to go and play with 7 players to the AFCON. That is those things that are creating hunger for the football in Cameroon. But to rule football, you need to be serious.
To rule football, you need to be serious. We are talking about the win of Resignation in Fecafoot. What could be the bone of contention? Practically about 4 years in Cameroon today. It's true, Samuel Eto'o, as a player, he was formidable. No one has been able to beat his record so far. In terms of goal scoring, we have Vincent Abubakar, who is almost getting to his level. But then when it comes to players in Cameroon, Samuel Eto'o remains the best. But management in Cameroon, managing football in Cameroon remains a bone of contention that no one is able to place a finger. Now, what could be the prospect of football in Cameroon? We look at the situation today. What can happen? What could be the future?
The poor management, you know. Before talking about the future, you will say when this very team of what we call the senior one, there are players that who didn't want to come again, such as Wana, because of the poor management and his ruling. There are certain academy that has gone out, skies are there are within the FECAFU, the management, there are resignation of those who are working there, because it is those people that have problem with you. Those problems that are the problem. It means that you are the problem. Talking about the future is not bright in Cameroon football, because it is only their national team, senior one, who is playing now, and everybody is happy to be there because the state has taken control over the team. Now look at the championship. The youth football is not playing. Football amateur is not playing.
Regional leagues, some of them have been suspended for the time being because of inadequate funds.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Elite 1 and Elite 2 go to the field and know and see how it is managed and it is organized. It means that
Greece is on its own side. People have not forgotten what actually happened in 2014. Cameroonians have not forgotten what happened in 2014 when Cameroon was supposed to bid farewell to the nation and the flag was being received by Volker Finke instead of the team captain who decided to boycott that particular event. Many are saying that how can you be preaching discipline when you yourself you are not disciplined? That's where we are today.
But we can see that there are certain when you have grown up in the street, they can remove you from the street, but they cannot remove the street in your head. Yes, that's the situation. In our normal country, this man will not be president of federation, because in France they cannot hand you over the flag of the country. You refuse, and later on you claim to become the president of the federation. Because last time I remember when this man at the moment said he regretting being a part of the nation and come to rule one of the entities of the federation. If you are not a good man, nothing good can come from you. Because when you are a person who creates disorder everywhere, when you are ruling, people will say that you are the one creating disorder. In 2010, we remember what happened in South Africa to Brazil, and when what happened to Brazil, the fight that happened between the players and
the action of the national team players granting a press conference calling for peace to retain. Do you may show that will not yield any fruit?
Knowing the federation, it is good what the players have done that day, but knowing the federation, I will tell you that I'm not saying this federation giving to Mark Brice his assistant, because of what the federation and the ministry is doing. Because the federation wants to show to the people that he is the senior of football in Cameroon. If Mark Brice wants his assistant, he needs to do certain things. He needs to beg. He needs to go to the executive board and write to them, plead with them. Mununga is his assistant. Nobody can work with his assistant. You see, look at Real Madrid with Carlo Ancelotti. His son is the assistant. He's the assistant of the father. And Mark Brice said that when even Mununga said when he works with Mark Brice is somebody that before convincing him, before he should take a decision that you are taking, you should convince him. At times they don't understand themselves. They need to quarrel before at the end. Mark will see that this man is right. I will take. But when you see the bench of federation of our national team, you see Bagu, you see Tungupile inside, and Mark Brice is on others.